Greetings, dear friends. It's been a while since we've shown you knife sharpening on the TSPROF Blitz Pro device, so today we'll be sharpening and we'll be using TSPROF Alpha diamond stones. This is the most compact unit, but with great potential since its sharpening angle ranges from 8 to 35 degrees per side. And if we're talking about the total angle, that's 70 degrees in total. So today we'll be sharpening this short Damascus knife. We'll position it in the center. Let's carefully observe and see precisely how the bevel truly behaves. First, we will accurately mark the specific bevel with a distinct marker. To avoid widening it, we'll sharpen at the same angle. Always use a marker, even if you're using an electronic angle finder. This way, you can see whether the bevel narrows closer to the tip of the knife, or, on the contrary, widens. Our first stone will be a 100 by 80 alpha. And I'll check how the stone is moving. I'm following along the cutting edge. Let's lower the sharpening angle a bit. And now we're starting to hit the edge. Well, it looks like the bevel on this knife is going to widen. To fix this, we'll need to slightly adjust its positioning. Now, we will carefully loosen the securing knife within its clamps and then precisely move its very tip much closer to the exact center of the entire frame. Let's proceed to color it in once again and then thoroughly check the results. Alright, we've got it. On the other side, we're hitting the edge as well. I'll demonstrate the sharpening angle using the AccuCube T2 digital angle gauge. In the second mode, we zero it out on the platform for the digital angle gauge. And then we move it to the rod. And we can see that our sharpening angle is 24 degrees. Let's set it exactly to 20. That's it. Exactly 20 degrees per side, which makes a total angle of 40 degrees. For some, the device might seem quite complicated, but in reality, it's not. The device is straightforward and easy to use. We have an abrasive thickness compensator that sets the thickness of the stone precisely in millimeters. One click equals half a millimeter. But since all the stones we use for sharpening are of the same thickness, we won't be using it. However, it can also be used to adjust the angle. One click is about 0.1 degrees. Well, actually, it's a bit more, about 0.12. On the left, we have a thumb screw that is responsible for setting the sharpening angle. On the right, we have a locking thumb screw. So our first stone is 100 by 80. We carefully add a generous amount of oil to it, then meticulously spread it evenly over the entire surface of the sharpening stone, and then we can finally begin the precise process of sharpening. Let me gently remind you that when you are sharpening knives, it is crucial not to press down too hard with excessive force. Instead, you should work with the entire broad surface of the abrasive stone to achieve the best results. And don't work in one spot for too long. Work along the entire length of your knife right away. Don't forget to keep an eye on the width of your bevel. Don't allow the bevel to widen on one side. The width of the bevel should be symmetrical. Let's check for a burr. We have a uniform, distinct burr along the entire length of the cutting edge. Clean the knife from the slurry. Also clean the abrasive stone, and let's move on to the next one. 60 to 40, we install the abrasive holder. We also add oil. I think many will also ask, do all stones require oiling? It actually all depends on the type of bond your abrasive stones have. Flip the knife so the burr is facing up and start sharpening right along the burr. Now it's the same process, we're reducing the scratch pattern. We move on to the next stone, 2820. Again, we add oil and continue to reduce the scratch pattern right along the burr. So, our next stone is 1410. The Blitz device is actually quite versatile, especially for home use, since you can sharpen knives up to 28 centimeters long and with a spine thickness of up to 5 millimeters on it. That covers most folding knives, some hunting knives, and of course kitchen knives. The only exception here would probably be fillet knives, which due to the short frame of the device will simply bend. As I mentioned before, you can use the abrasive thickness compensator to raise the sharpening angle by 0.1 degrees. So I make one click and continue sharpening. Our last stone is the 7.5 stone. I think for Damascus, this will be the optimal finish here. We won't go any finer. The knife is universal, and the scratch pattern from the 7.5 stone will probably be ideal for it. First, we work on and reduce the scratches from the previous stone, and then we'll remove the burr. Let's start removing the burr. Movements only away from yourself. On one side. On the other hand, it is also important to consider: perform one complete pass on each and every side of the object, ensuring thorough coverage and even application. Let's take a look and see exactly what we've got here using a regular everyday napkin. The knife cuts it cleanly, doesn't tear anywhere. And of course, let's also try it with newspaper. It cuts through without any problem. Also guys, let me show you what we've got visually. We've maintained the width of the bevel. Let's take a look under the microscope to see what we've got. A straight cutting edge, scratch marks from the 7.5. Excellent sharpening. By the way, with this device, you can sharpen absolutely anywhere. You can take this device outdoors to your country house or to work and sharpen everyone's knives. You can purchase it on our website. Any questions left? Ask them in the comments and we will definitely answer. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next episodes.